room of 3 is too cramped up for me. This is my cousin. So that's that about getting in. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl NK. So guys, I'm so sorry for not posting after so long. I think it has been up to a month, and I sincerely apologize. It's just like I stated, after all those events, dinners and lunch, I was going to start my exams, which was what made me really busy, and I've been unable to post any single video. But if you can tell from the background, I'm back home, which means I have perfect time to make a lot of content for you guys, starting with my recap as a 100 level student, my recap as a fresher. So because I have a lot to tell you, I had to write them down, and the very first thing on the list is talking about the post-UTME, which was what I wrote to get into Redeemers University. The post-UTME exam is a one-day exam. There's the oral screening and there's the actual exam. The oral screening was just basic questions, what you know about the school, when you wrote WAEC, when you wrote your JAM, things like that. And then the exam itself was almost like writing JAM all over again. So yeah, that's basically all there is to the post-UTME. And you can either write it in Redeem Camp, you can write it online, or you can come directly to the school to write it. So I went directly to the school to write it because I'd never been to the school before, so I wanted to use that opportunity to like get to know the school, which was very good. At least I knew my environment a bit. So yeah, that's it about post-UTME. Get that. The second thing I have on my list, guys, is to tell you what to bring to school. So if you've ever been a boarder, it's basically the same thing you bring if you're going to boarding school. And if you've not been a boarder, your bucket, your hanger, your detergent, your deodorant, your clothes, your box, obviously. What else do I need to tell you to bring? I don't think there's anything in particular that is specifically just for redeemers. Like, you still need your insecticide. If you want, you can bring a mosquito net, but I didn't take that because I didn't really see the need, and I didn't use it at the end of the day. Your torch, power bank, yeah, you have to bring a power bank. Like, what if you're going for class and your battery is gone? Yeah. What else do I need to tell you to bring? If anything else comes to mind, or if you have anything you want to ask, if you need to specifically bring, you can put it in the comments and I'll make sure to answer. Now, talking about comments, yeah, I got some questions in my comment section, and I decided to use this video as an opportunity to answer those questions. So one of the questions that I got is if there is an engineering hostel. Yes, there is an engineering hostel, but it's not strictly for engineering students. Other departments or other courses are allowed to stay in that hostel. So it's not strictly engineering, it's basically mixed. But for the engineering boys hostel, it favors them more because it's closer to where engineering and science departments basically have their classes. So yeah, it favors you more if you're an engineering student. What else was I asked? Okay, yeah, talking about room of 3 and room of 4. So if you watch my previous video, or my very first video, I said it that when I resumed school, I paid for the room of 4. So when I resumed, the room of 4 wasn't ready yet, so I stayed in a room of 3 before I was moved to a room of 4. Personally, I didn't like the room of 3. I just don't know what I didn't like about it, but I did not like it. Like, I just didn't like it. So I really wanted to go into the room of 4, and I'm so glad I was able to shift to a room of 4. I prefer a room of 4. I think it's more spacious. Like, I know it doesn't really make sense because you'd be like 3 and 4. Like, shouldn't 3 be more spacious? But funny enough, the room of 4 is more spacious, so I prefer the room of 4. So everyone, that is it for the part 1. Watch out for part 2, guys. I hope I was able to like pass a lot of information to you guys, and I will pass more information in part 2. Part 2 is going to be about your budgeting, like the amount of money you might possibly need, things you might have to buy impromptu. I'm going to talk more about clothing. I'm going to talk more about the cafeterias and hostel life. Yes, I'm going to talk about hostel life. I'm going to talk about the procedures on the day you resume, like your drug test, your urine test, your blood test. So you guys should watch out for that in part 2. And any questions you have for me from this part 1, put it down in the comment section, and I will make sure that I answer them in part 2. So watch out, guys. Bye.